Welcome back to another video about 10 things that you missed in Loomian Legacy update. In today's video, we'll be covering Atlantean City, so basically 10 things you missed with the Atlantean City update. Before we further continue this video, guys, it is pretty obvious that you won't miss all these 10 things. However, I am sure that you at least missed 5 things that I'm about to tell you in today's video. I want to give you a quick rundown of what to expect with this video. There are 10 different things that I will be talking about. The first one's going to be minigames, the second one NPCs, third one Pokemon Brick Bronze references, fourth one Loomian references, fifth one community references, sixth, I'm gonna keep that a secret for now, 7 memes references, 8 Atlantean sewers, 9 I'm gonna keep that also a secret for now, and 10 no coupling on copy. And in each section of this video, there are subsections. For example, in the minigames one, I will be talking about 2 different minigames. The NPCs, I will be talking about 5 different NPCs. So pretty much, it's gonna be a pretty lengthy video, but also a pretty informative video, and you will be learning a lot by watching this. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Number 1, minigames. So as you guys know, there are 2 different minigames that were added into Loomian Legacy with this update. Number 1, the first minigame is the Battle Theater minigame, and number 2, the second minigame was the arcade minigame. First, let's talk about the Battle Theater minigame. To pretty much in the Atlantean City Battle Theater, all you had to do was go to the Battle Theater, and before you battled the people in the, I guess, the theater, you had to help one submarine leave the other submarines, and it was pretty hard because they were all like sort of together. However, this puzzle actually has a big history behind it. This minigame is inspired on T. Bradham's game Parking Panic. He actually made Parking Panic a couple of years ago, and basically this game is the same concept, but instead of submarines, it's cars. Pretty cool how T. Bradham's reusing his old stuff that he's made years ago and basically modernizing it and being able to make it very cool. As a matter of fact, guys, the game Parking Panic by T. Bradham is actually inspired on a game called Rush Hour. I know this because while growing up, I actually played Rush Hour when I was little, and here's basically how Rush Hour looks, and there's actually a physical version that you can buy of this. So if you're bored and you actually want to train for the Atlantean City Battle Theater puzzles, you can buy Rush Hour, or you can just play Parking Panic from T. Bradham. Also, the arcade minigame is actually inspired on Candy Crush. Ladies and gentlemen, I shouldn't even be explaining what Candy Crush is, but basically it's the same concept as the arcade minigame, but instead of discs, it's candy. So yeah, pretty awesome how the Battle Theater minigame has an inspiration and the arcade minigame also has an inspiration. Number 2, let's talk about NPCs. There are actually 5 NPCs that were added in reference to people from the community, 4 developers, and actually 1 YouTuber. First, let's talk about the developers. Loomian Legacy developer Bluefire Mochi and Loomian Legacy developer Le YOLO Kid both have their own NPCs in the Loomian Legacy shop, Variable Design, which is located in Atlantean City. Variable Design is a Loomian Legacy UGC shop that will be selling, just UGC stuff, and I'm assuming they will also be selling clothing, but we still have no idea about that yet. But it is pretty awesome how you can find 2 developers in this store. Moving forward, we have a Loomian Legacy developer called Orchestra Cats, who has their own reference as well in one of the houses. If you go to one of the houses, you can see Orchestra Cats just chilling with a lot of ketone in the house, and there's actually a big reason behind that. Orchestra Cats owns 7 cats in real life, so the fact that there are 7 ketone in their house makes a lot of sense. Also, we have Chris Supper, which is another Loomian Legacy developer located in the Lumiwatch shop. Eventually, this shop's gonna be used for, customizing your Lumiwatch, but that's pretty cool how he's the owner of the Lumiwatch shop. And finally, we have Loomian Legacy YouTuber Lucas HD. Yes, Lucas, not Lucky. I call him Lucas. Basically, he's chilling in the Lucky Wheel shop, and that's pretty cool. And I guess it makes a lot of sense since his name is Lucky and the place is called Lucky Wheel. So yeah. Number 3, Pokemon Brick Bronze references. So there's actually 3 different Pokemon Brick Bronze references. The first one, let's talk about the post of the Ace Disc versus the Hoverboard post. Lucky actually made a tweet about this, which is where I realized about this reference. He basically says the PvP homages are crazy in this update, and on the left he's chilling on an Ace Disc, and on the right Jamie's chilling on a Pokemon Brick Bronze fidget spinner. The post is the same thing. It's obvious that the Ace Disc post was inspired by the Pokemon Brick Bronze Hoverboard post. Also, you guys know about Boonery, which is the Loomian Legacy's version of Ditto, I guess. In Pokemon Brick Bronze, right, we were able to purchase Ditto in the arcade. The same thing with Boonery. We were able to purchase Boonery in the Loomian Legacy arcade. So that similarity between those 2 is very cool. And finally, I'm pretty sure you guys also saw this one. There's a direct PvP UMB reference in the Atlantean City Museum. So if you go to the museum, there's a part where you can see both UMVs, the Loomian Legacy UMV and the Pokemon Brick Bronze UMV. And that's actually pretty cool how they literally got the model from Pokemon Brick Bronze and threw it in the game, and I don't know, made it some sort of artifact. Now let's move on to number 4, which is the Loomian references. There's 3 different Loomian references. The first one is the Wild Owl in water. We actually saw this in Route 8 as well. There's basically Wild Owl's head chilling in the water, and I guess that's pretty cool. Number 2, an NPC talks talks about Protagon escaping. If you go to this house in Atlanthian City Living District, and if you talk to this NPC, they say, "Did you hear about what happened in Sephiroth City? Apparently a strange humanoid-shaped Loomian escaped from the Polar Corp lab, and they still haven't found it." The whole thing was pretty hush-hush. It sounded like even the media was trying to cover it up. I only found about it from my father who lives in Sephiroth City. This NPC is talking about when we defeated Dr. Vanta in Sephiroth City and Protagon basically just escaped. It's pretty interesting how the NPC mentions that the media was trying to cover this up, which makes me think, is Polar Corporation also in charge of the Loomian Legacy media? I don't know, that's basically a theory for a different video. And finally, there's another reference that I found. I believe it is from Nevermare. I may be wrong, so correct me if I am. But basically, if you go to the Atlanthian City Living District, there seems to be a stone pumpkin chilling on the ground. I really think this is Nevermare. However, I may be wrong. But I don't know, I'd love to know your thoughts about this in the comment section down below. Moving on, number 5 to community references. There's a lot of Loomian Legacy community references in the Atlanthian City update. Let's start with the art contest, the Loomian Legacy art contest. So basically on February 3rd, Loomian Legacy community manager Zerzaya went onto Twitter and she announced the start of the Loomian Legacy competition for art. This competition ended on March 2nd, and now we can see all the winners in the Loomian Legacy Atlanthian City Museum, as you're currently seeing on the screen right now. However, that's not the only community art reference in Atlanthian City. Loomian Legacy artist Kath went onto Twitter, and on May 27, she tweeted out this picture of Gamma Wandola, and this picture looks insane. I really like it. And you can actually find this picture in the game as well, in this house. And that's not the only reference, because Loomian Legacy artist Floygon went onto Twitter on June 1st and tweeted this picture of the starters. And on one of the pictures you can see Weevolt, and on one of the paintings in the side of this house you can see Floygon's art, which is also a Weevolt. As a matter of fact, if we go to Orchestra Cat's house, there's 2 pieces of furniture on the left. One is a purple chair and the other is a purple table. These 2 pieces of furniture are in relation to Loomian Legacy community member Dan. There's a whole backstory to this, but basically I was streaming with our hero as he was building this house, and someone in the comments said, "Why don't we make a Dan chair and a Dan table?" And our hero's like, "Yeah, let's make it." And he made these 2 pieces of amazing furniture, and now they're in the game. As a matter of fact, he made the chair and the table limited for a few minutes, and I can say that I own a piece of Loomian Legacy furniture in my inventory, which is really cool. Also, I believe I had an influence in this house as well. As you can see, there's a little ice cream sandwich, you know, just melting in the table. I actually brought this up in a stream with our hero. He was streaming some Loomian Legacy development, and I basically said, "Yo, here, what if you added an ice cream sandwich just melting in the kitchen counter?" And he's like, sure. If you guys don't believe me, here's basically the clip of him making that ice cream sandwich that's currently laying on the table.
Oh yeah, let's do the ice cream sandwich since you just said that.
No, but the ice cream sandwich goes on the counter, though.
I know. But
Oh,
we're
yeah,
gonna do it. I think I like the candle idea.
Yo, someone said a lava lamp. That's good.
A battle theater badge. Well, I don't know.
I really
That might not be that would insinuate that they could be a trainer, like important to the story. I don't know.
Yeah. Would you Would you have the lava lamp?
A lava lamp.
I think that's good.
I might have to model that though. That would be weird to.
Come on, dude. Lava lamps are super nice.
So ladies and gentlemen, my first contribution to Loomian Legacy is officially an ice cream sandwich. Moving on to number 6, we have the shops. There are 2 different shops in Atlanthian City, the disc shop and the pullet shop. Both of these shops are not accessible yet, however, I am pretty sure they will be accessible in the future. The disc shop, of course, is gonna be a shop where you can enter and buy all kinds of different discs in the game. This is, of course, a direct reference to Pokemon Brick Bronze, because they had a shop called Pokeball Emporium in Atlanthian City where you could buy different types of Pokeballs in the game. The second shop is the Polar Corporation shop. However, I read a pretty good theory on this. Someone said that the Polar shop is going to be used to be selling Soulburst stones in the future of Loomian Legacy when Atlanthian City Part 2 comes out. I really do think that this may actually be the case. It wouldn't surprise me if Polar Corporation were the ones selling the Soulburst stones, so I'd like to know your thoughts if you guys believe that the Polar shop will be a shop selling the Soulburst stones in the future of Loomian Legacy. Number 7, there are a couple of meme references in the game. First, I want to start up talking about 3 different post-meme references that can be found in the variable design shop. The first one is this meme of the person saying had to do it to him. If you check the meme side by side with the post, you can basically see how the post was clearly inspired on this meme. The second one is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference where the 2 mannequins are, just posing as this picture from JoJo, which is a known meme. As a matter of fact, that's not the only meme reference that can also be found in Atlanthian City. If you go to the Atlanthian City arcade, you can see a picture of Chris Suppert, just posting like this. This is actually a direct reference to this JoJo post of JoJo posting like this. Just check them out side by side, it's literally the same thing. Moving on to number 8, the Atlantean sewers. I am not 100,000% sure about this, but this is what an NPC said in game upon talking to them. So upon going to the Atlantean City Transit Hub, you can find this NPC, and they basically said, I heard that this terminal is not the only way in and out of the city. Rumors say that there are several other terminals that lead to various important places beneath the city that normal citizens are not permitted to enter. Basically, what this NPC is saying is there are secret tunnels, secret places, secret locations in Atlantian City where regular citizens cannot access. So I'm pretty sure there's something suspicious going on. My theory is that it's Atlantian sewers, however, I am not 1000% sure on this. So eventually, we'll see what this ends up being. Moving on to number 9, the relics. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to the Atlantian City Museum, you can see some relics on display. I'm sure that as soon as you guys saw this, you can make the connection. We have seen 6 of these relics before in Loomian Legacy. As we open the gates to unlock Cephalops, here are basically the 6 relics that we've seen before, and here are basically 13 different relics, 7 of which we haven't seen before, which makes me think maybe we'll be seeing 6 of these relics in the next part of the Atlantian City update, because Atlantian City has a lot of influence underwater, so I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being the case. And finally, number 10, no coupling on Gapi. Okay, so in one part of Atlantian City, when you choose Jake's outfit, if you ask Jake to wear the Metronet outfit, Jake looks at you and says, wait, you actually like that one? No coupling on Gapi, and you can say yes or no. Basically, no coupling on Gapi means no cap on God. And yeah, Jake is basically like saying, stop kidding, bro. You sure you want me to wear this? So the fact that they changed cop to coupling and God to Gapi makes a lot of sense, and it makes you think, do the Loomian Legacy developers think that Gapi is God? I don't know. I'll let you guys think about that one. So yeah, guys, this is basically 10 things, or I guess 25 things that you missed from the Atlantian City update. My bad for making a pretty lengthy video. I know I haven't made one of these in a while, but there were many things that I wanted to cover with this update, and I am quite sure that I still missed a ton of things. Shout out to the boy PokeSharks and 5.4 helping me out with this video. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Armenti, you're amazing, and we lit.